From the vast expanse of space, Earth stands out. It shimmers, a vibrant blue oasis in the vast cosmic desert. But this wasn't always the case. Our planet, once a fiery ball of molten rock, harbored no hint of the life-giving liquid that now defines it. So how did Earth, a planet born in the dry heat of the early solar system, become the watery world we know today? The answer, it turns out, is far from simple. The presence of vast oceans, icy glaciers, and flowing rivers is a testament to a mysterious past. It speaks to a time when Earth transitioned from a fiery inferno to a cradle of life. Unraveling this enigma is not just an academic exercise, it's about understanding the very origins of life itself, and perhaps it holds the key to finding life beyond our pale blue dot. The early solar system was a chaotic place. Giant clouds of gas and dust swirled under the gravitational pull of a newborn star, our Sun. Within this maelstrom, planets began to form, including our own. But the early Earth was a far cry from the planet we know today. Intense heat, generated by the planet's formation and radioactive decay, would have boiled away any water present on the surface. This presents a paradox. If Earth formed in a hot, dry region of the solar system, where did all its water come from? The answer, scientists believe, lies in a period known as the Late Heavy Bombardment. This period, which occurred roughly 4.1 to 3.8 billion years ago, saw a dramatic increase in the number of comets and asteroids colliding with the inner planets, including Earth. Comets, often described as dirty snowballs, are icy remnants from the outer solar system. Asteroids, on the other hand, are rocky bodies concentrated in a belt between Mars and Jupiter. Both are thought to have played a role in delivering water to early Earth. But which one was the primary source? Comets, with their high water content, seemed like the obvious answer. Their tails, often stretching for millions of kilometers, are a testament to their icy composition. However, scientists began to notice a discrepancy when they analyzed the chemical makeup of water on Earth and in comets. Not all water molecules are created equal. They can differ in the isotopes of hydrogen they contain. Water on Earth has a specific isotopic signature, a fingerprint that distinguishes it from water found elsewhere. When scientists analyzed the water in comets, they found that it didn't quite match Earth's. Asteroids, particularly a type known as carbonaceous chondrites, offered a better match. These asteroids, rich in carbon and water, have an isotopic signature much closer to that of Earth's oceans. This discovery shifted the focus from comets to asteroids as the primary source of Earth's water. While the bombardment of asteroids likely played a crucial role, there's another piece to this watery puzzle. Scientists believe that a significant portion of Earth's water may have originated from within, locked away in the planet's interior. How could water survive the intense heat of Earth's mantle? The answer lies in the unique properties of minerals. Certain minerals, such as ringwoodite, have the remarkable ability to absorb water into their crystal structure. These hydrous minerals can hold vast amounts of water, effectively locking it away from the scorching temperatures of the mantle. Over geological time, this water can be gradually released through volcanic activity, replenishing the surface. The evidence suggests that Earth's water didn't arrive through a single cataclysmic event, nor did it solely originate from within. Instead, it appears to be the result of a long and complex interplay between extraterrestrial delivery and internal processes. The Late Heavy Bombardment, with its barrage of water-rich asteroids, likely provided the initial influx of water, laying the foundation for our oceans. Volcanic activity, driven by the slow churn of Earth's mantle, then steadily replenished and sustained these bodies of water over billions of years. Understanding the origins of Earth's water has profound implications for the search for extraterrestrial life. The presence of liquid water is considered a fundamental requirement for life as we know it. If Earth's water came from asteroids, then these celestial objects could be seeding other planets with the ingredients for life as well. This realization has fueled the search for exoplanets, planets orbiting other stars that reside within the habitable zone, the region around a star where temperatures are just right for liquid water to exist. The discovery of such planets, especially those with evidence of water, would be a giant leap forward in our quest to find life beyond Earth. The next time you gaze out at the ocean, or take a sip of cool, refreshing water, pause for a moment and contemplate its journey. That water, so essential to life, has a lineage stretching back billions of years to the very birth of our solar system. It has witnessed the formation of continents, the rise and fall of species, and the evolution of humanity itself. It is a humbling thought. a reminder that we are all connected to the cosmos in ways we are only beginning to understand. And as we continue to explore the universe both within and beyond our planet, the search for water will undoubtedly lead to even more profound discoveries about our place in the grand tapestry of existence.